Hi, I'm Mary Bergman, Executive Director of the Nantucket Preservation Trust. Thanks for joining us for our annual August Fête. We're here at 85 Main Street at the home of John and Marie Sussek. They're our honorary Fête chairs, and we're thrilled to be able to go inside their historic home. This house has got a preservation restriction, also known as an easement on it, which protects the facade of the house and the original footprint of the house, and it's really the highest level of preservation protection. So come on inside and we'll take a look around.
Welcome to 85 Main Street. We're pleased to open our house for the benefit of the Nantucket Preservation Trust. This historical monument we purchased in 1976, and we've had a love affair with it ever since then.
The house has a nice history. That originally this was a 3-bay house, and as we go through the house you'll see that the oldest part, which we will see last, is circa 1725, and the newest part, which dates 1795, which was added on when a gentleman, he was a ship owner, Prince Gardner, his name was, he wasn't a prince, his name was Prince, and the house remained in the Gardner family from 1795 until 1927, and we are the 10th owners of the house. And I think one of the main reasons we put restrictions on, because we both are interested in old houses, and we feel that we're caretakers. We didn't put this here. When we bought the home from Denny Koch, she paid off her mortgage and she put the mortgage button in, so it goes back to 1976. It's not ancient. And this is what we call the library, and this is the part of the house that was added on in 1795 by Prince Gardner. And actually, I think it was his grandson, when he was living here in the 18-whatevers, because the property actually went up to where the bricks are now, which is all bunker property. But the grandson either sold or gave the house next door to his sister. So that's also part of the Gardner family house. And the marble mantle was obviously put in here during the 19th century. Eddie Stackpole was a neighbor of ours, and it was speculated that that would come over as ballast on the whaling ships after they brought all the whale oil over to Europe. They'd need ballast to bring, to weight the ships, and he speculated that possibly that's how that showed up. But that's just pure speculation. The woman that lived here before us, Denny Koch, or she was an artist known as Virginia Greenleaf, and she and her husband lived in Georgetown, Washington, and they brought this fireplace mantle up with them from their house in Georgetown, and it has all these symbols of the sea. This kitchen and the room above it is a bedroom and a bath above it. And this dates circa 1725, and it was owned by Jabez Bunker, and he was a carpenter. So Jabez had his carpenter shop probably somewhere on the property here, and then when the living room was built, this was moved as a wart and shoved onto the back of the house. So there's 2 levels here. So, as I say, it dates 1725, and obviously there are restrictions in this room. The beams, the windows, we have 12/12s and 4/4s and all kinds, and some original glass still here. And what else can I say? We love this kitchen. Some of our happy memories are the Thanksgivings we've spent here, and even in this kitchen I was able to cook Thanksgiving dinner for 18 people. I just love the kitchen. We both love the kitchen. We spent a lot of time in the kitchen.
One of the reasons why we did put restrictions on the house, we didn't really have much knowledge about it, but the land conservation was having a cocktail party in our backyard because their annual party was in the coffin school, and they just walk over here and use our backyard.
Their annual meeting was it?
And yeah, it was their annual meeting. Anyway, the Linda Holland had mentioned to me that we could actually build a house in our backyard. And I thought that it was the most repulsive thing I would think of that could happen to this property. So that motivated us to put a restriction on on our backyard, so that nobody would be able to build any kind of a structure back here. At any rate, one thing led to another, but then we began to realize that we should be putting restrictions on the interior of this house, because this is all worth preserving. You certainly wouldn't want to have anybody come in or take down these moldings or change the floor plan. That would be, to me, self-destructive. But if you destroy these homes or you gut them, you're just destroying a lot of beauty and history.